Hello and welcome to the video review of Beast Machine's Nightviper. Now, Nightviper was the only snake in the line, and really the only snake transformer that the US ever got, that I can think of off the top of my head. There was another snake released around the same time in Japan called Kurata, and he was part of the Beast Wars Neo team. I never got a hold of him, and I always regretted that. But this was a decent next figure. As you can see, he or she is a King Cobra, and it actually pulls off the mold or the idea quite nicely, as good as a Beast Machine's figure can. It does have a nice long tail and just kind of like that. The proportions on the figure aren't that great though. It does have a gimmick in this mode of push the button and he goes, hiss, I bite you. Okay, so enough of that. Let's go ahead and get it transformed. I'm going to fold that part down and then push, and you just kind of have to finagle it until you get the middle section in there. You just plug that in, make sure that's in there good and tight. Unpeg the skirt of the snake, come back here, fold that back, flip the head up, or flip the head around and then up, fold that completely down. And then come in here and fold these bits around, and then you can fold out the arms. Twist it around, and then just kind of work the legs until you can get the bugger to stand. It's the most snake-like face I've ever seen on a Transformer. I mean, it's got teeth, it's got fangs, it's got that gentle slope of a snake's head. It's actually very cool and looks more like a G.I. Joe figure than a Transformer. So the rest of the figure is very lithe and very thin, partially because it's a snake, but it does have an attack mode. That's it. I wish the other side had a sword, but it doesn't. Or at least my figure it doesn't. And I don't know what this is supposed to do. Is it supposed to be a battle scythe like this? According to the directions, you're just supposed to do this. But I really, really like doing this because that just looks cool. Positives to this figure. This figure has insane articulation. I mean, it's got, because of the nature of the transformation in the snake mode, he's got ball joint, ball joint, ball joint, hinge joint, hinge joint. Just ball joints all over the place. I mean, how many ball joints? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 different ball joints. So you could get off some actually really decent poses. I mean, you can even have him bowing like a butler. Ninja snake butler, but a butler nonetheless. Negatives are, well, because of all the ball joints and because of the heaviness of the crown and the arms, it doesn't like to stand up. Just doesn't. I mean, you really have to play with these joints in order to get him to stand. And these joints on his hips are very loose. They've been that way ever since I've owned the figure. But otherwise, I really like this figure. And even though it's got some negatives, which it does, I really think it belongs in your collection. So if you could see it for a couple of bucks, I would definitely pick it up.